That's right, Conroe. It's Nerd Thug Radio, and you're getting the best edition you've ever had in your entire life.
This is factually accurate.
That's right. Joey Savage, absent. Corey DLG, present. You're welcome. I'm a gift. With me today is Zach Attack.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, the present's a gift. It's one of those lame Hallmark things.
I get it.
And then on the boards is the Nico DLG.
Yeah, it was me.
This is Nerd Thug Radio. You're hearing us on 104.5, 106.1. They're the sister stations.
This is like a who's who of who cares.
Yeah, exactly. And you're on, you can hear us worldwide at irlonestar.com. I want to stress that again. Worldwide.
Worldwide.
Melbourne, Australia, we got set under wraps.
That's true.
North Korea, probably hearing this.
Yeah.
Probably. One day.
It's one of the
80
few,
years in the future.
It's one of the few things that slips through the North Korea net.
All three websites of it.
Yeah.
Right. It's one of the three.
What if we were one of the three websites?
That'd be real weird.
That'd be real sad for them. Like,
Yeah.
because we don't update that thing enough. Like, we do stuff on there all the time. Check it out, www.nerdthugradio.com. But it's nowhere near enough for North Korea to be excited.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my god, guys, it's Monday. You know what that means?
You're right. They gotta think that our technology is around the same level as theirs. They gotta.
Right.
They're
That's
like,
why
oh,
they're such huge fans.
Right.
They're like, oh, no wonder these guys are never online.
right. They're using the same telegraph machine we are.
Their internet is just like ours.
Beep, 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 beep. That's my North Korea internet. Wow. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. And as always, you can see us on YouTube, Facebook.com/NerdThugRadio. Check us out. Podcast drops every Tuesday, which will be tomorrow morning, the day after Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Boxing Day, as it were.
Boxing Day. That's right. If you're Canadian, this is the day people pretend to like you.
Or British English.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Not those guys.
In the UK, it's Boxing Day.
Yeah, less important.
All right.
We beat them in a war.
Fair enough.
They're subservient to us.
Well,
Yeah, the British.
I don't think about that
The
one.
British do as we tell them.
is that true?
Yeah.
Is that how that goes?
Check the scoreboard, bro.
Check the scoreboard.
America 1, Britain 0.
2. America 2.
Well, I mean,
The War of 1812 was no laughing matter.
I don't know. I giggled. Yeah.
Dead air.
Yeah.
Stop.
That's right.
Swing and
That's
a
right.
miss.
This is going to be the greatest Nerd Thug Radio
The
event of
who's
your
who of
life.
who
Christmas
cares?
gift to the world.
That's right.
Terrible.
It is Christmas Day. It is 1 p.m. Christmas Day here in Conroe. You have already unwrapped gifts. You're having lunch. You're looking at your grandparents right now, and you're thinking, I'm so glad Nerd Thug Radio's on.
Right.
So,
I got
take a
something
journey
to
with
do.
us. Nico, how was your week, buddy?
It's pretty great. I got a couple days off.
Yeah?
Because of weather, which is great. And then next week, I have all of next week off because nobody wants to work.
That's right.
That's
Nobody
true.
wants to work the holidays.
That is
Right.
true.
So I'm looking forward to that week off.
You know, it's funny. Nico he's been on a really transformative journey over the last year from college kid to college kid part-time working man. So right now, the holidays going on, he's not in school at all, so now he's just full-time working man. And so now he's talking about like days off, and he's like, oh my God.
He's like, oh,
You should see him when he comes home.
I
Like,
can't wait for Labor Day.
yeah, he's kicking up the boots, lighting a cigarette, drinking a full O'Doul's.
Jesus.
I know.
Holy moly.
I know. Anyway, how about you, Zach? Anything interesting
Yeah,
happening?
no, it was a good week. It's such an interesting time of year, right? Because like I always have vacation days left over, but it's almost like it's not even worth taking vacation days from work because I know nothing's going to get done, but I'm still taking this week off because I got to use these vacation days, right?
So what's the policy on that at your job?
It just depends on the circumstance. Like sometimes I'll carry over vacation days, sometimes I won't. It just depends. It's nothing written, I don't think, but
That sounds like a
But
very
yeah.
flawed system.
Right. That
Well-
sounds fictional. I'm just going to go ahead and say I'm willing to bet the people you work for do, in fact, have a written policy on the days.
That's
you,
probably
however, don't follow it.
that's probably true.
Okay.
That could very well be accurate.
You know what I love about written policies is how much they don't apply like to a company's favorite employee. I've been that guy in companies where it's like the handbook says this, but if I ask nicely, I get this.
What I've learned, and I read this in a book years and years ago,
Go
if
on.
you ignore the rules, about 50% of the time, people will rewrite them so they don't apply to you.
Well, yeah, mentally they will because they'll be like, well, he does it all the time.
Right. He doesn't follow
Right.
that rule, but there must be some reason why he's
Right.
allowed to not.
Now I've also gone the other way with that, where when I want to be that guy at a job, I say, well, that's not what the rule is. Well, that's not what the rule is.
Yeah, you are absolutely one of those people who uses the rules to their advantage when it pleases them.
Yeah, for sure. And then when it doesn't work, look, what's the Catholic saying that you always? It's easier to ask forgiveness than to
Forgiveness
ask permission.
over permission.
Right.
That's not even a Catholic thing. That's just the Zach Broussard life motto. Forgiveness over permission.
There you go.
That's a solid way to live.
So
if anybody from my job is listening, this is all a bit for Nerd Thug Radio. Obviously, I think the rules are very, very important and do my best to stick to them.
nice save for the HR meeting you're having in about 2 hours.
Right. They're going to call me in on Boxing Day and be like, we've been listening to the radio quite a bit, and you don't work here anymore. How's that rule work for you?
Yeah, test that rule. And you're like, actually, the rules say I need to be written up 4 times.
Turns out the payroll department doesn't follow the rule of having to pay you anymore.
Yeah. Where's my written warning?
Yeah, where is my written warning?
I definitely have
matters
done
to
that
me.
before, and I actually had an HR lady ask me. I got terminated from a position one time, and they just basically said, you're terminated. And I said, whoa, we're skipping like 4 steps. And she goes, do you really want me to give you a verbal at a job where we just terminated you?
Yeah,
And I s-
absolutely.
I
Who do
s-
you think that's going to make more uncomfortable?
Right, and that's what I said. I said, of course I do. And then she was like, but then you'll have to come to work tomorrow. And I said, yeah, and the day after that, and the
And
day
you'll
after
have
that.
to pay me. I don't think you get why I come here.
Right.
It's not for the camaraderie.
Right. I'm not hanging out with you people because you're fun.
I love, don't get me wrong, I love the people I work with and I like the job that I do, but if they stop paying me, I'd stop doing it.
Right. Man, I had a conversation with somebody the other day. They were talking about their job, and their job like got frustrated with them because they call them in for extra shifts.
Right.
And when they come in, they're standing around.
Oh.
And he was like, that doesn't make any sense to me. If you called me in, that means you need me. If
Right.
I get there and I'm not busy, I'm not happy that you called me in.
Right.
And they were saying to him, oh, well, that's free money for you. And he's like, it's not free money. Like, I had to get up, put on pants,
Like
and
my
come
time
here.
is not worthless.
Right, yeah. And that's the thing is, like, it's a weird valuation, right? Because a company would probably say that, well, hey, we called you in, but it turns out we don't really need you, so you can just hang out here for free. Well, no.
But no, my time, like that's, and my wife has started a business, or has done like custom stuff in the past, or done
This
things
shirt
for-
right here, this-
right, yeah,
Yeah, check it out.
Keep X and Xmas.
I love that shirt, man.
Yeah,
I
so
love it.
So she's launching her own internet store, right, where she's going to do a lot of custom sewing and obviously great T-shirts like this. So
good
custom
one.
sewing
So
baby
good.
beddings and signs and stuff. It's going to be called Sewing Cupcakes, and it launches January 6th.
Ooh, plug.
But that's one of her things, right? She's like, my time isn't worthless, so it's not free money I'm getting to sew.
Right. No,
and,
yeah.
and it's the same thing with like a job. Like, yeah, great, I don't have to work, so you're paying me, but like, my time isn't. I know exactly what my value is.
Exactly.
So if I'm going to be here, yeah, you're going to pay me, but I also need to be doing something of value with this time.
Right. I don't want to show up and stand around and be bored for 8 hours, go home, feel like I did nothing with my time, and left all this other stuff on the table that I could have done.
Right. You have to pay me a lot more to be bored at work.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah.
Like, you can't afford me.
Right. Bored me is a terrible. First of all, you don't want me bored at work.
Right.
Like,
Right.
I've
I
had
get-
those
I
jobs
get
where I'm
into
bored.
things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. CarMax is lucky it wasn't burned to the ground on my board
I invite
days.
myself
Like,
to meetings. I lend my opinion on things.
Are these bagels for
I'm like,
everyone?
hey, this looks like you guys are having a meeting in here. I know a lot about SAP. I probably should sit in on this, right? Eventually, this is going to have to be trained to somebody. I probably should hear this. Really, Zach? We don't know why you're in here. Like, well, that's what you get for
unfortunate.
not inviting me. You
Shouldn't have
know why
catered
I
this
was here.
meeting.
Right.
You shouldn't have
I
catered
also
it.
feel the same way about like things like traffic laws. I think laws like that, are good for people who need laws or who are too stupid to do the right thing. But like, I really don't feel like most laws apply to me.
No, well,
Like, I don't need a law to tell me the wrong way, driving the wrong way down a one-way street. Like, if you need that law in place, good for you. But if I feel like my safety is at a minimum risk, then I'm definitely going to go ahead and keep
right. Like if I roll
driving
up on a
whichever I
stop
want.
sign and there are no other cars around,
I'm not stopping because an inanimate sign tells me to do something.
right, I will slow. I'll
Yeah,
ease.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll make sure I'm not going to wreck or
right.
hurt someone.
Right. Yeah, pedestrians, but like
Right.
squirrels are on their own.
Right, yeah.
Like
Come
no
on.
promises.
Come on. Red lights.
Wow. I don't know how, like, I mean, it's the same thing in principle as a stop sign.
But you have a way bigger problem with it,
right.
don't you?
Yeah, because it crossed a literal line. Like, you
Right.
literally are running
I
a red light.
literally don't stop at red lights if it's late at night. And I definitely weigh the odds of, number one, am I going to hurt someone or hurt myself? And number two, am I going to get caught?
That's fair.
If the answer to both of those questions is no, I don't follow any traffic law.
Now I'm worried about which laws you do follow. Like, are we stopping at murder? Like, where do we draw lines
I don't
down?
need a law to tell me that murder is bad, though. That's the thing.
Okay.
Like, laws are
okay.
in place.
So like, how
I
far
feel
down
like
the mountain do we go
I
before
feel
you're
like
like, yeah, I'm with you now?
I feel like a lot of laws, though, are in place because without them, people would do those things. And I think that's horrible.
Yeah, like
I don't need
littering.
a law to tell me not to steal.
Right, like littering. Sadly, the highway would be covered in garbage if littering was legal.
Right, which is ridiculous.
Right, because people are just like, oh, I don't know where a trash can is. Well, yeah, it's because there's not one in your car when you brought that garbage with you. Like, just
Right.
take it somewhere where there's a garbage
Right,
can.
like how hard
put a
there are
garbage can
garbage
in-
cans everywhere.
It
Put one
literally-
in your car.
When I see people litter, I actually have this moment of shock where I'm like, really? Like,
Right,
that's the
like-
best thing you thought you could do with
it's
that?
baffling to me
Right.
when I see people. I saw a guy one time in a parking lot open his car door, set a bag of garbage, like a bag of garbage, right outside of his driver's door on the ground, and then drive away. I was like, what?
Not going to take this with me.
Where were you that you got your hands on a garbage bag to fill with garbage from your car,
But then not throw
it away at the
Right.
same place?
Right, like it
you
doesn't-
went to a different place to drop that
I brought
garbage.
this garbage with me to leave here. It's almost like this garbage was made here, so it stays here.
Right.
This belongs to you now.
This is you throw this away from me.
Look what you did to me.
And that's what it all boils down to, right? Treating other people like they work for you.
Right.
That's where most of our laws are in place for.
Right.
Don't treat other people like they're your property.
Right.
Don't
Also-
kill them. Don't steal from them. Don't litter because you know someone who works for you is going to come and pick it up.
Right. And you know what's crazy is the number of people shoplifting right now in the news. A lot of athletes shoplifting right now in the news. And it blows my mind because it's like, this has got to be one of those key things that we told you before we left the house that day.
Right.
And remember,
pay
don't
for
take
everything
everything you grab.
Right. But that's the thing, right? Laws to me are the same kind of thing as someone saying that before you leave the house. If you need a law or if you need someone to remind you before you leave your house not to steal stuff, the law isn't going to help.
You're just a bad person
You're
in general.
you're just a bad person.
That's fair. That's fair. Like if someone's got to do the rundown and it's like, and
Like,
remember,
here's all the things you're not allowed to do
right.
today.
And remember, we're not stabbing people today.
Right.
It's
Don't push
Tuesday.
anybody down flights of stairs.
Right.
Don't leave bags of garbage in the parking lot.
Right. If you need that rundown, I guess that's fair. That's fair.
Right.
You're not a good person.
So yeah, red lights.
So if you're over the age of like 4 and you're still getting the rundown before you leave the house,
I call the age of reason 7.
okay.
But
No,
the 7
that's
is
fair.
what's generally referred to, at least in the Catholic Church, which is my fallback because rules, Catholic Church, guilt, age of reason, it all coalesces. If you stop needing the rundown at age 7, then laws should no longer apply to you.
Okay, because you already know what's right and wrong.
Right.
And on that, we're going to get to a break because that's what's right for us. And when we come back, we're going to get wrong with our Nerd Thug Media of the Week.
Segway.
Nerd Thug Radio.